Welcome to your magic moon message. This is the Lord Peace Dealer. Lord meaning master. Master meaning I might have bought a plot in Ireland and now I'm a lord. I never done that. I missed my opportunity. Before I got exposed as a scam, I missed my only chance to actually officially be a lord. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm still a lord in my head and in my heart. And you're a lord lady too. Okay? We're all lords in this bitch. We are as gods, lowercase g. And this is amazing. Because for the next week, you will actually be understanding the God level of yourself. We're here. This is it. You have an elite expression of your character. Okay? I want you to think that every year you firmware update your phone. And this phone is your body. You do this every year. Some of you do it monthly, cool, right? But you do this every year. And so this year, you are updating the next chapter of your self-development and character. But this is very important. Moon in Capricorn, Moon in Aqua, Moon in Pisces. You are definitively unlocking and awakening the universal understanding of yourself. Okay? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, that's individual. We're the originals. Everyone steals from us. Okay? Then you have Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. They usually do the stealing. But to their defense, they make shit pop. So like, we weren't going to really do as much with it as far as they were going to do, and they kind of made it look better, so that's their justification for just stealing everybody's shit. But they do have swag. They do have swag. So these are the socials. They actually go outside and touch grass. Then you have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. These are the universals. They take now a more detached, sociological, collective perspective and view on things. We call them the gods. Okay. As of course you as an individual spend at least 7 to 12 years of your life developing your character based on your influence with your thoughts and your family. Then you start to become a teenager. You step into the social signs. You start to develop your identity based on being outside of your parents, being in school, being with friends, developing your talents, learning who you are in the work environment. And then you become a middle adult and you become at the peak of adulthood, and you start contemplating the end of your life, and you start reviewing everything you've done in your life and where you stand in relation to the rest of the world. Boom, that's the collective. And even though we ascended in Sagittarius, which was very important because it showed you the higher meaning of who you are becoming, I was forced to sing. There's a planet right now putting its gun in my head, like, if you don't sing this stuff, so don't, I'm being coerced right now. But other than that, we have seen the past. And what's very important here is the moon in Sag square Pisces has disillusioned you from a lifetime's worth of deception, conditioning, programming. In whatever, it doesn't matter what field you're in. It's not necessarily a bad thing, by the way. It's like a natural update. Every time you update firmware, every time you update something, you have to debug it. Any bugs that come through. Certain things that you had to learn before to get to where you're at, you're disillusioning from now, because it's time for you to step beyond into new learning, into new understanding, into applying what you've already learned. So that moon in Sagittarius, which is very philosophical, is helping you understand your higher meaning, what you believe, and what you used to believe versus what you see is the truth now. Because once the moon goes into Pisces, you're going to revisit this change of beliefs, this disillusionment. And because now Saturn is in the mix and Neptune is in the mix, and then Pluto since the 1700s, we're talking about hardcore conditioning, and in every area of life, false narratives that have guided or deluded the world for centuries. This is not the first time. This happens all the time. So it's, if you think of it like a firmware update, you'll know that it's not necessarily entirely unique. We're just updating ourselves. And now that we have seen the higher path we must take, the moon in Capricorn is not only helping you understand the direction you must now walk on this path. This is you on the yellow brick road, but this is also you understanding utilization of the God form of yourself. All right. And it's cool because due to the advent of Hollywood and fiction and science fiction narratives or fantasy, we look at the term God, you know what I mean? Like, we look at the nature of God as something as so much more than it is. We mystify it. We literally use our imagination to make it something beyond us, when your God self is literally you awakened. So if you think that your body specifically limits aspects of your physical production to protect you, so you're not burning more energy, your brain doesn't have you subconsciously access everything you're processing so you don't get overloaded. Like, man is God asleep and God is man awakened. So when I speak on your God self, there's an exoteric versus esoteric understanding that may have had you align God to a religion, to a pantheon, to a monotheistic concept, when God is being more used as more of a scientific term, more of a state of yourself. I want you to, you're already doing this, so it doesn't matter if I want you to do it or not, but like, you're going to continue to see a lot of themes that were exoterically preached by religions be more esoterically practiced within yourself as a literal perfect reflection of the universe you are projecting your consciousness into. And thankfully, if I say words like that are big, you'll think that I'm a lot smarter than I am, or you'll see through it. But I'm still telling the truth, and you are projecting your consciousness through here. And the moon in Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces is concluding this Aries cycle that we have harvested since the full moon in Libra. I'm channeling now, and this full moon 180 degrees is becoming 270 degrees, which is a third quarter square. And the purpose of this third quarter square is really to direct the integrity of your character. So in a week from now, we're gonna have the new moon in Aries, and that's a new moon eclipse. And 6 months ago, where we were in the Libra season and we had to kind of put you on the graph, I don't know if you know, 6 months ago you were put on the graph. So the universe looked at your actions and they were like, no, that motherfucker is a chaotic neutral. Yeah, put them in the, nah, that one is lawful good. I don't even think they know they're lawful. They think they're a bad guy. They're lawful good. We saw what they did to that person. Oh no, that person's chaotic evil. Like, you got put on that graph. I don't know if you know that, and that is not entirely literal, but now in Aries, you're not only acting off of that, because this is just a harvest of the expression of your behavior. It's not some super wonky magical planets affecting you, so you're doing, this is really just a way to mark what actions you've been reinforcing over the past 6 months and its consequence on your behavior and lifestyle and how you project this character towards other people. What kind of behaviors you may have kind of developed and picked up so that you are dealing with the insecure projection of others, or you are projecting insecurely, which is a way of showing you what you need to deal with within. Personally, I'm not necessarily worried by opinions of other people. I deal with truth and facts, baby. Gemini and Virgo. If you get too caught up on other people's opinions, although it's not entirely useless, 99.9 of it is still useless %. So other than that, there's that 0.1 that's not useless. All right. But other than that, you wouldn't think though, right? The way people just obsess over other people is completely useless. Anyway, not completely. There's that 0.1%. Anyway, you're understanding the universal facet of yourself. And this is cool because Pluto is in Aquarius, so you're awakening the force. And we did this a few months ago, but not during Aries season. You awakening the force before the previous months was like awakening new features in a car that was still being worked on in a shop, and the shop owners were telling you this car is legit, we have features on here that I feel like if I shake the camera, it just makes the message more epic. Yeah. No, don't mind me. And then we have features in this car that makes this like so much cooler, and you're excited and you're being told about this, and you're downloading the software, and now you can finally drive it. Like, now it's Aries season. Now it's like you're not hearing about the car, you're not seeing it. It's like, oh my God. And you're in your car. And normally you give a name to your car, or you identify yourself unconsciously being in the car, like, I am in this car. And that's what it's gonna feel like. You're going to understand utilization. The moon's going to go in Aquarius, awaken the knowledge of your God self, by who you're around, right? Like, you might realize I'm a fucking scumbag. And then you realize that you are connected into an extraordinary league of scumbags that have their own unique scumbag powers. One person could show up late everywhere they go. The other person don't even use deodorant. They just smell everywhere. And together you make a scumbag unit. And that enables you to realize you belong with this group of scumbags. Or maybe you're not a scumbag and you're actually a good person. And you start to awaken an understanding of where your energy is needed. This is all predicated from your actions, because you can think, oh, I deserve to be with this people, but the way you act and the way they act doesn't even allow y'all to be in the same place. So it's not a lot of what you think you are. That's Gemini season. That's going to be reinforced from your actions, right? This is going to give you the high score. And this could be a harsh reality check for some of you, where Capricorn is like, you are not him or her yet. You need to hold yourself accountable like this or that. Or it can reinforce like, hey, you really are him and her. You need to awaken to that. Or yeah, we're eye to eye. So like, just really keep that in mind. Not only are you understanding the utilization of this raw power and of who you are, not only are you completing the definition of your character by now understanding the integrity of it, and that's why it's a 270-degree square, because it's like you're aware that this is who you are, but you're understanding to maintain who you are, you need to follow these rules. You need to stick to this integrity. That's the pressure of the square, so that you can align to it instead of course, give in to that pressure. Okay, so yeah, yo, pretty dope. You're understanding how to control higher aspects of your imagination or your God self through your imagination. And that's how you want to see the rest of this week. Moon in Cap, Moon in Aqua, Moon in Pisces is going to take you there. You're getting ready to disillusion yourself from not only concepts that you think about yourself, but concepts that the entire world has labeled you that was never true and you no longer identify with due to experience and receipts. The moon that's going to trine Uranus and Taurus is also going to give a rapid, accelerated manifestation of these collective God level themes tangible to you, so that you can already sense it through your five senses. Enhanced intuition, enhanced senses, and it just being able to sense without just your physical. These are things you've been unconsciously unlocking, and they don't have to necessarily be the most. I'm using very extreme supernatural examples, but like I say, you might not need an alarm to wake up. It could be in the littlest of things, like maybe you've kicked a habit, cold turkey, like that's a superpower. It's going to be the little things you don't think are superpowers. That's the superpower. And it's going to grow like a mustard seed and get bigger. So over the next week, not only are you understanding the higher supernatural capability of your potential to where you're understanding how to use it and experience it and know it, but then the eclipse is going to be like, it's go time. And you're going to start this mission now that you've unlocked this higher God level facet of yourself. What would you do with those powers? If I had God level powers, I would basically travel around the world and enhance my taste buds and eat all of the world's food and just have an orgasm in my mouth everywhere I go. I would not use it to like save kids or be a superhero. I would be selfish with that shit. I would just use it to eat good food. And you know what I'm saying? I would probably watch someone getting mugged, but like I would be enjoying the food. I ain't shit. I know I'm probably chaotic neutral, but like it is what it is. Forget it. Other than that, yeah, I hope you enjoy this transit. There are hardcore realizations about yourself, especially with the sextile to the Pisces perspective, that will direct Moon in Capricorn, the grounded understanding of how exactly to imagine what you're imagining, because the Moon in Cap will help you understand the utilization of its causality and effect. Before we go into the Moon in Pisces and you're experiencing the effect and can adjust, boom, this is what I believe about myself now that I've disillusioned these old philosophies and I'm literally experiencing this higher facet, boom, new Moon in Aries, baby. Personal individual mission. Let's fucking get it. Okay. To all you sexy ladies who've been dreaming of Magic Mike, I see you. All right. This is the unconscious facet of me that doesn't know I'm sending you synchronicities. You're not alone. It's cool. I know I show up in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what it seems. And I got it by any means. Blah, 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 blah. That was very non sequitur. Anyway, you guys stay blessed as always. Peace.